nice laugh, are you?
Australian legends!
Hey!
Sir, can you knock?
What's up, everyone? Adam from FWCI. This is Greg Davies, you magnificent beast. I am currently halfway through Taskmaster New Zealand, bro, and I'm missing Greg Davies because I usually do Taskmaster UK, or sorry, Taskmaster, as I always pronounce it in the Greg Davies accent for the UK one. And I'm missing Greg. I've been meaning to do this for a long time, and it's finally here. As you can see, I'm in the illustrious FW Theatre, which is where I do all of my stand-up comedy reactions, and this is no different. If you want a full-length version of this reaction, go to patreon.com/FWCI. $5 reduces all it costs, and you get access to Taskmaster NZ, bro. Taskmaster, What We Do in the Shadows is coming up, Brooklyn for another couple of weeks, Schitt's Creek for another season, and then something else after that. Always stuff changing on Patreon, always early content, $5 reduce. Get it. So I'm interested to see a Greg Davies stand up because the Taskmaster character is pretty unforgiving, and we don't see him be very vulnerable much at all, although we do a little bit, I guess. And I've seen some of his stories from Would I Lie to You as well, which is definitely a very different tone, but I hope we get to see some good, solid, angry, annoyed Greg Davies in this stand-up special. But this is it. Let's check out Greg Davies, you magnificent beast. Oh, he's like man beast, lover of women, sovereign of the moon.
Hey, pretty girl, I'm feeling you.
Is this playing on my computer somewhere else, or is Greg Davies bumping the R. Kelly? Actually, yeah, no, this is definitely not playing anywhere else on my fucking computer. Is this 2018? He knows. Oh, god damn it. R. Kelly's super talented, but he's an absolute creep.
Eh? Will I have your babies? Gut instinct says no.
Greg Davies, I want to have your babies. Is that you? Amir, what was his name? Asim Chowdhury?
I have a system for stand-up. My system is I go home to Shropshire, where I come from, with a notepad and a pen, and I wait for my parents to say weird shit, then I come and I tell you. That's my system, right? About 3 years ago, my dad, very selfishly, died. Oh, you're pissed off. I had 3 shows left in him. I want you to stop talking about me on stage. And I went, why? She goes, you've had 2 shows out of me. You've humiliated me on stages all around the country. And honestly, love, I think you've had your money's worth. Fuck am I going to talk about then? Anyway, then she changed the subject. And this is what she said. You've been watching any of that Oscar Pistorius retrial? I went, what do you mean? She said, do you think he did it? I said, he did do it. And she said 2 things. Now, I want you to tell me, if you were in my position, would you break a promise you'd made to your 77-year-old mother?
Tell us, break the promise.
Even the build-up is hilarious. She said this, that silly lad. What tuck, what little tinker. And she followed it up with the all-time classic, he had the world at his feet.
I mean, we don't know where his feet are, maybe he does. Greg, you are 3 minutes into this and you are just pouring with sweat.
Oh, that meat is cooked to perfection. Oh, the futility of life. I've just briefly forgotten the futility of life. My knife just glides through it. Oh, she had a stroke in Tesco. She fell into the salad bar. I might just put my meat into the peppercorn sauce. Might put a chip with the meat. Just have the combination of the potato and the meat.
That's a great choice, Greg. Do it.
Christine said to me, we should both get one of those rabbits.
Rabbits? What? Oh. This is not a furry rabbit with 4 feet, is it?
I found myself going, that's strange. Why would they be buying a pet at their age?
Oh, it's not a pet.
I'm your son! So I thought you'd find it funny. Funny! The idea of you two hammering away at yourself. I may have done this show in my hometown last week. In fact, she sent me a text the next day, which I'm going to keep on my phone for the rest of my life. Do you want to see it?
Alright, hang on, let me read this shit. A parcel has arrived for you. I thought you were going to change your eBay address. I'll get it Sunday. Don't forget Daisy's birthday. Oh shit, yeah, thanks. Alright, Greg. Hey love, I'd prefer it if you wouldn't do that vibrator routine in your show when you ignore this. When you ignore this and do it anyway, at least make it clear to your audience that neither Christine or myself have ever bought or used a sex aid. Mum, kiss kiss.
Contract fulfilled, old woman. Something nice I can tell everyone. There's a nice story I can tell about my mum to take away the taste of the filth, you know. When I was 8 years of age, just 8. I was going to say little Greg, but obviously I was a freak of nature back then as well. I remember going, oh, if only I could have that toy, that long toy for a long boy. I've spoken to Santa and I'm afraid that bear is £75.
That's fucking expensive, by the way.
Santa does appear to be able to afford quite a lot of fucking cigarettes. And when I said hello Santa, he told me to piss off in a woman's voice. Because a couple of days later she came back, she went, oh, I've spoken to my friend Carol, we think we can make you a giant bear.
This is the one that Ron Gilbert reckons he fucks, isn't it?
And then every 2 days in the build-up to Christmas, she'd come back, oh, project's coming on. Project's coming on.
His mum sounds adorable. Leave her alone.
I met him for the first time. BT.
Yeah, that's it. BT, Blue Ted.
5 foot tall.
I had a teddy bear called Blue Ted, but he was really small. And I'm pretty sure I gave him Shredder's cape.
Would you like to meet him? I can't hear you. Would you like to meet him? Here he is. What the fuck is that?
It looks like a frog. It looks like a frog.
A fucking frog, maybe.
There you go.
But it's a mum doing her best for her son. She couldn't afford what I wanted, so she did her best. And so I think we can all agree it's a sweet story, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not bad. But did you fuck it?
I fucked that bear.
Oh, he did fuck it! Oh my god! I thought that was just a Rod Gilbert bullshit story.
I was out in the park playing with my friends and I'd come back and I'd every day. You can see it in his eyes if you look closely.
You can see it in your eyes as well, Greg.
I'll be honest with you, he can stand up on his own after a while.
Christ.
What's the show called? Now, the show's always been called You Magnificent Beast. And through London in a cab, with the window open, a drunk student saw me, recognised me. He dived through the window of the moving cab. He grabbed me by the throat and he went, oh yeah, you magnificent beast. And I thought, I'm going to write a show about how magnificent I am. How magnificent we all are. That's what my show's going to be about. How unique all human beings are.
I'm here for that.
And you're a magnificent beast, are you? She said, how about you lift your shirt up in front of the mirror, love? See how magnificent you are. And of course, yeah, I will. Yeah, have a look.
It is a magnificent belly, Greg.
47, couple of years younger than me. Are you enjoying middle age?
Yep.
Are you up for a piss in the night?
A couple of times.
Twice. We're at the same prostate level. It's called Gala Melon.
Alright, I'm 38. I'm still pissing in the morning when I wake up.
In the last 2 years, my nails have become 4 times thicker than they used to be. Just imagine that, young people. Imagine not being able to bite through your own fucking nails. What's the evolutionary miracle about that, David Attenborough? In case I fancy skittering up a wall like a fucking lizard. things you put on your stomach to try and make you not fat without doing exercise. You know, the electrocution things? And at a real low point in my life, I found myself electrocuting myself whilst listening to folk music.
That sounds like a rough evening.
I did some warm-up gigs and I had my friend support me, Ed Gamble, who's a young, beautiful comic.
I know the man. What, he doesn't even get a bit of a round of applause? Psh.
He was going to have a tidy-up downstairs. And I went, what?
Oh, okay, he's going to, do a little bit of manscaping, a little bit of maintenance.
Sean?
Yes. Yeah.
You trimming?
I have trimmed.
Sean! Do it for your missus.
Which men here are trimming? Just give me a cheer.
Yeah?
I know that you women have been, you know. Do you want to hear another thing that's not going to make it into the show? I was going to say waxing that rat. Unbelievable.
Oh, waxing that rat. That is not a good phrase.
Oh my God. I had never noticed it before. There's only one person who's going to be interested in a look like that, and the fucking bear's in hiding.
Oh, I get it now. BT.
There were hairs down there like the mooring ropes of the Titanic. The pubes I'm talking about, obviously not what was beneath them. The mini elephant was as depressing as ever, just lolling. Bedtime. Anyway.
Why does your dick sound like that, Greg?
In the morning, I allowed my hand to dance over the area. And that's always painful, I'll be honest with you, because of my fucking talons.
His thick fucking fingernails.
I can't see my own genitals. So I made an extraordinary decision. I got my iPhone and I took this picture here. Fuck me, it is the worst thing I've ever seen. I closed the phone, I went, for fuck's sake, you're a middle-aged man, accept it! Accept it!
Why don't you just find a better method, you dumb shit?
I went, hello, Elsie. She went, hello, Craig. And I went, hello, Elsie. You haven't got any photos of your holiday, have you?
Oh, Elsie.
Oh, are these your friends? Yeah, they're my friends. Oh, lovely. And as they put the teapot on the tray, I remembered and I went, oh, fuck. And the world went into slow motion. And we locked eyes and she was waiting for an explanation. And fuck me, you told me. This is what I said. Oh, I made a trifle.
Oh, God. What the fuck do you look like down there, Greg?
Why would she speak to a man who tried to pass his cock and balls off as a dessert?
Elsie, you know what? She seems stuck up. You can do better, Greg. She sounds old as well. How do you care? Fuck her. Fuck you, Elsie.
The best teachers are those that tell you where to look, but they don't tell you what to see.
That's a cool saying. I like it.
You know what? I taught for 13 years and I thought I was great. It's the only thing that's kept me going because I fucking hate children. I thought I was good.
I get that vibe from him.
And I've got another quote for you now from one of them. See what you make of this. It's a genuine quote.
Your lessons were a laugh, but let's be honest, you were a shit teacher.
I realised that someone was up in the lighting tower of the drama studio aggressively throwing blue tack into their faces while they were performing. And I mean really, like nastily, spitefully throwing it.
What the fuck is this?
That's right, it was me. It was me and I was with the head of English.
What?
Laughing our bollocks off.
Q Davies, that sounds like a shit thing to do.
And they're so insane, they changed my view of that person, and I wrote it on my phone immediately, right? The first one.
All right, well, give us these quotes.
Science teacher, she could be teaching your children. I had a 1 hour row with her in a pub because she said, and she fucking meant this.
Basketball players are told because they play basketball. Oh, what the fuck are you talking about?
She thinks think you can stretch yourself?
Yeah, what's Davies' excuse?
Who's a mother of two, she saw a turkey and she said this.
Never been this close to a male chicken before.
Here's your traditional massive male chicken.
It's a rooster, isn't it? Turkey's a different animal?
A 52-year-old friend of mine who is a successful CEO of a company, I made reference to the irritating buzzing wings of a fly that was in the room, and he said this.
Noise came out of its mouth.
Presumably when they stop and land, they're having a fucking breath, are they? Yeah. Let's do this! Yeah! If I asked you to name me two famous lovers, who would you say?
Romeo and Juliet.
One I thought of was Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor. They were married to each other 3 different times. And Burton allegedly said this.
Oh, wait, 3 different times?
I might run from her for 1,000 years, but she is still my baby child. Our love is so furious that we burn each other out.
Alright, go on.
It's unlikely to be the girl that I went out with for the longest. I went out with someone for 10 years, and on our first date together, I pissed the bed. And I tried to blame her. That is true. So I started going back through people I've dated, and then I was in Bristol. Anyone from Bristol here? Well done. Well done for dressing yourselves. I thought, oh, she seems sweet. And then she started to drink very heavily. I carried on making polite chat, and I went, what do you do? She goes, I work in a shop, don't I? And I went, all right. She goes, that's not all I do. I went, no. She goes, no, at the weekends, I'm a hammer thrower.
I'm a hammer thrower.
She grabbed my hand, bam, she put it on her thigh. Now you believe I'm a hammer thrower, don't you? And I thought, oh, I'm frightened of you. Because you've changed. And I could see in her eyes, obviously riddled with cataracts, that she fancied a bounce on this.
Bounce.
I turned to my friend, I know what's going on here. You're setting me up with this girl. Well, I'm not interested. And they went, oh, she's good as gold. She's harmless. I said, she's not harmless. She could take a fucking buffalo down. I think she was just showing off. There'd been a full-length mirror against the wall. She ran in, she hit it, she horribly cut her hands open, and she was spraying blood round.
I thought he was doing more, like, baboon jokes and, like, smashing into the mirror.
Some toilet roll, and he just filled her hands until she had 2 soggy cricket balls of gore in her hand. Then he got some sellotape, and he just wrapped them like this.
Wow,
until
man.
she had 2 transparent, blooded stumps. If anything, the lobster claws made her more determined. I'm running away. I went to the front door. I was just going to run into the fields. I opened the front door. It was snowing. It was chucking. It was a snowstorm.
Get away from lobster claws, man. She sounds like the worst. Hello, those hammer thrower thighs.
And she ran into the snow. I think she may bleed to death tonight.
Freeze. Or get mauled by a bear, who knows?
When I got there, it was quite sweet. She was playing in the snow. I just gave her a peck, and she just whipped her face round, and even in that second, I got to find out that even her tongue was muscular.
Oh, Jesus.
She went to the toilet. As soon as she got to the toilet, I ran upstairs. I went to the first empty bedroom I could find. I got onto the duvet, and I tried to make myself flat. Where have you
Oh god, that isn't terrifying.
And then she came, and she got under the duvet. She started ferreting around in the duvet.
They're fucking lobster claws, what the fuck?
And I lost the will to fight.
So you just fucked her? Alright, Greg.
Reflected in the ceiling was my own flaccid penis being masturbated by two blooded stumps.
God. Oh.
I guess what I'm saying is, not all love stories are going to go down in history, are they?
By the way, check out my reaction to Baby Reindeer on the heels of this little conversation.
Let's have another quote, T. Every child is an artist.
Man, I don't know about that one, Picasso.
Honestly, what's their art like? It's fucking shit, isn't it?
Most of them, yeah.
It's a house, is it? Who's that next to it? The owner. Really? Then why are they the same height? It's called perspective, dipshit! Ex-world champion boxer Chris Eubank. You.
Okay. Chris Eubank showed up to talk at your school. Ooh, and how did this go? Okay. Did you get knocked the fuck out?
Chris came in and he spoke to the children for, ready? 3.5 hours. Imagine that. 3.5 hours of, yes, the thing is, when I was a pugilist, I would apply myself with the vigor of a lion.
I gotta find what this fucking guy sounds like.
It's a beautiful summer's day. The breeze is stupendous.
Okay, not a bad impression there, Davies.
Well, you will be an architect or whatever it is that you desire.
It's pretty spot on, actually.
And this is how he delivered them. I would urge you to remember this. Always look at the man in the mirror. That's what you want him to be. Because the man in the mirror is not just you.
What the fuck is this, Chris Eubank / Greg Davies?
As this lady will testify to, it scared the shit out of the children. And unlike me, Chris didn't inhale your hair. You can get you whatever you want in life. He was like, yeah, what you need? What do you need? A zebra? No problem. Yeah.
Fucking zebra.
Yeah. And then he said that thing that you dread from some taxi drivers. He went, yeah, because of course, I wasn't always in this game.
Oh, fucking hell, yeah. Jesus Christ. Tell us what you failed at, taxi driver.
He goes, yeah, well, for a long time I was in Aha.
That's a real band.
They're Max Powell and Morton, yeah. There was no you in Aha.
Was he really in there?
We don't appear to have a bass player. Oh yeah, it's not just Eubank I do, my friends. We don't appear to have a bass player. Do we, pal? No, we don't. Well, we have got some options. Amazing, isn't it? Amazing I'm still doing it, but I am going to carry on.
Yeah, this is a very fucking long-winded little bit.
We could get 3 flights, go to London and ask a fucking taxi driver. Shit. Piss me. If you don't like your job, change your job.
Yeah, I agree with that, for sure.
Here's the thing. It was him.
It was him! Holy shit! Holy
What are the fucking chances?
Very slim.
Some people manage to put out a positive impression of themselves. They're seriously ill. That's right, yeah. No one has taken them down before. Here I am.
Alright, take these assholes down, Greg. You are soaked right now, Greg. Absolutely fucking soaked.
can't believe there's any laughter going on in this place at all. And the lady who runs it said, yeah, well, that's the prejudice we're fighting against. And when I thought about it, even my own dad, who was ill for 6 years before he died, when he couldn't go to the toilet by himself, my mum used to let him piss into a Lenore fabric softener bottle. Why do you use that? She goes, it's obvious. It's got a large handle, a big opening at the top, and the refreshing smell of Lenore. She's not a stupid old lady anymore. She's a wonderful, caring wife, isn't she? Strap yourselves in.
Stop throwing your mum into this.
Lenore on the side and a very angry mum. And I went, you all right? She goes, no, I'm not all right. They've redesigned it. They've redesigned it. No handle, no big aperture.
Oh, no. I thought she put it in the washing machine by accident.
And he shouted, ask her what she did. I went, what? He goes, ask her what she did. And I went, what did you do? She goes, oh, he's been lying in his bed taking the piss out of me all morning. And I went, well, what did you do? He went, I wrote to them.
And tell them that your husband pisses in their bottles?
When me and my mum and my sister were standing round his bed, and if my dad had been more with it, he would have laughed his head off too. It was a male nurse. He came into the room and he said, ho! I am having a bad week.
Tell us about it, buddy.
Pretty bad over here as well. It's my son. He is fat. We're kind of dealing with a thing over here. And then he said this, yep, he's 10 stone and he's only 6.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
10 stone, 140 pound, 6-year-old, I'm in. Fucking start talking about your mega fat kid. He eats a whole cooked chicken every day. And that's when my sister walked away from her dying father. She wanted to know about the 6-year-old who's gobbling an entire chicken every day. Who doesn't want to know about the fat chicken kid? We all do, right?
What is it that gets his mum to walk away?
My sister said, oh, why don't you stop him? He said, I can't. He's stronger than me. Just me out of the way of the fridge. What do you mean there's nothing you can do about it? My mum is an old school disciplinarian, and I'll tell you this now, and if she were here she would deny it, but it is fucking true. In fact, I want to get it on record. When I was a child, I wouldn't eat my peas one Sunday and she punched me in the face.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Over peas.
She said, I object to that, Greg. It wasn't a punch, it was a flat palm.
It's a sumo strike. Okay, got it.
And she said, for God's sake, man, don't cook him a chicken. And we all pissed ourselves laughing in unison when he shouted back at her. He went, no! That's a problem! He cooks it himself!
He cooks a whole chicken and eats it himself every day. Well, I'll buy the fucking chicken, man. What does he have a job? Is he buying these wholesale?
I did an award-winning fart. Like it ripped through the room like a fork lightning. Classic, 'cause the Queen hadn't spoken yet, but it caused my mum to leave the room. Your farts, they sound exactly like Dad's. Now, my dad was an academic.
You have the same butthole?
Is that the epitaph he would have dreamt of? That he has passed down anus genes to his son.
You know what? If it's an award-winning fart, then you should be proud that you got it from your old man.
He was a very funny man. He used to lie to us all the time for fun, to amuse himself. He once told us that he was bitten by a shark off the coast of North Wales.
When I was a kid, there was a port that had these piles of like sand or dirt. It was like piled in different it was like dark piles and light piles. And my parents, my dad, told me that they were piles of salt and pepper, and young me believed that. That shit went into my fucking brain, and then years later I was in the car with a girl that I was dating, and I fucking brought that nugget of information out, and then she just kind of looked at me like, are you telling the truth right now? What is this? You seem to be really serious about this. And obviously, yeah, you don't have piles of salt and piles of pepper anywhere. It's dumb. But I believed it for decades because I didn't know any fucking better.
And I thought, that's a great little epitaph. And I thought, another epitaph could be the time that I wound him up when I was a teenager and he grabbed me by the throat once and pushed me against the wall and said, "Don't mess with me, you fuck pig." Which...
Jesus Christ.
Know nothing of your heritage, of Welsh culture. And I don't. He's right, I didn't then and I don't now. And I couldn't give a shit. Sorry if you enjoyed Who Do You Think You Are?
Was he on that show? Pretending to give a shit about being Welsh.
It's a traditional Welsh folk song, and I tried to learn it. In 3 hours, I learnt 2 lines, because Welsh as a language is insane.
Yeah, it is.
Jabior fwni twlldi.
Is that genuinely sweet? I'm waiting for the hammer to drop. Did you just do something heartfelt, Davies? Pretty sure that was heartfelt.
It was years later that I sang that song to my Welsh friend, and he said, "What the fuck?" The monkey is in the tree playing with its potatoes. The squirrel is under the table, ram it up my arse.
What the fuck, old man? That is a great parting gift.
That tells you more about my dad than 1,000 epitaphs ever could. So I have finished that song since my dad's died, in that I've hired a male voice choir.
Oh my god. You know what? I love how elaborate this is. The farmer's wife was very vexed. He'd been acting very odd. She asked, "What the hell is wrong with you?" And this was his reply. Okay. Jesus Christ. But yeah, lovely, lovely. The cat felt up the spider and his bell end went really stiff. 2 bison 69 and a rhino flashed at snatch. These animals aren't even on the farm. His poor wife cried out. Don't let the zebra hear. He's gay without a doubt. Go and see a shrink about your problems, my dear. Fucking hell, how much more there is this? Oh, that's just a nice little stamp. Alright, got it. Fuck, I thought we were about to launch into a whole nother verse.
Thank you so much for coming to see me. I've had such a great time. Take care of yourself. Thank you.
Not bad, Davies, not bad. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is he about to get his own revenge? Who's in that? Who is in that? Is it Rod Gilbert? That's the only one that makes sense. Why did you pick R. Kelly, by the way? Fucking hell, I hate how good R. Kelly is at music. I really do. Because goddamn he is. I fucking... Remember that the interview he did? I'm fighting for my life here. Remember that one? R. Kelly. All right. Greg Davies. That wasn't bad. It didn't destroy me. I definitely found Acaster's stand-up to be far superior. But is Greg Davies a stand-up? I think he's more of a actor, isn't he? He's been in more like not even dramatic roles, but like serious kind of roles and stuff in the past, as well as comedy. So my expectations weren't really that high going into this, and it's probably a good thing. But I did enjoy his stories about his family, that big tribute to his old man at the end there was very elaborate. That gives me vibes of Taskmaster when, you know, somebody would go way over the top for one of their, you know, prizes or whatever like that. Just gave me vibes of that. Like, it really went to the joke was that he really took it to the next level, and then it was just very funny from there on. There was no real part of this that really let me down or got boring or anything like that, but the whole show was kind of at the same sort of level. There was no real specific highlights that jump out that I can sort of think of after watching it. Let me know in the comments though, what are your favorite stand-up specials? Not comedians, like specifically, what are your favorite stand-up specials? Because for me, I've got one that I've wanted to talk about this on the channel, and I think people are going to... I'm interested to hear what people say about this, because I will defend this stand-up special to the end of the world. Although, the dude's doing some pretty questionable shit these days. But the ones that stand out for me, first of all, is Eddie Murphy, Delirious. I thought Delirious was a lot better than Raw. Dave Chappelle, For What It's Worth, and Killing Them Softly. Both of those, I think, were just masterpieces. And the one that I might enjoy more than any of those is Dane Cook, Vicious Circle. And he never really hit the heights of that, but if you look at Delirious, there's something kind of magical about that stand-up special. Like the outfit that Eddie's wearing, to like where it's shot, and like the stage and the microphone. Like, just there's something about the whole presentation that just everything from that generation seemed to just really click into place. And I feel like Dane Cook, Vicious Circle is the same. Some of the bits in that are hilarious. They have imprinted in my brain, and it's stuff that I still think about to this day. So if you've never seen Dane Cook's special, and like I say, I've barely seen anything else from him that came even close to Vicious Circle, but Vicious Circle in particular is definitely worth a look. So let me know in the comments what your top 3 favorite comedy specials are, and let me know your thoughts on Vicious Circle, because I think it's very underrated, because Dane Cook's a bit of a weirdo and nobody likes him, but that special is hard to argue. Some other ones that stick out in my head as well, when I was a kid, there was one, it was called, it was a Lenny Henry one. Lenny Henry Out of This World or something like that. On the cover of the video, it was like Lenny Henry crunched up into a ball, and he was like shooting out of like Earth into space or something. That was pretty good. And man, even though he, again, another sleazy asshole, Bill Cosby's stand-up was pretty undeniable. He had some pretty incredible stories and stuff that he would tell. Like the one with the dentist is a classic Bill Cosby one. And again, it's just a shame that he turned out to be an absolute monster of a human being. And then when you get to people like Bill Burr, Louis C.K., Kevin Hart, they're very much up there, but they don't have one particular special that really jumps off the page to me as being just hilarious the entire way through. Whereas those other ones that I already mentioned, I think they're like front to back hilarious the entire way through. So that's my thoughts on stand-up comedy, and I hope you've been enjoying the stand-up reactions on the channel. If you want early access to anything, patreon.com/FWCI is where you can get it $5 dues, and there'll be a full-length version of this up on Patreon as well if you do want to watch along. Honestly, this one was fairly middle of the road, but Greg Davies is so likable, and I love his energy so much that I still enjoyed myself watching it. But thanks for checking this video out, everyone, and as always, be well, stay safe, look after your friends, see you in the next video, peace.